With the Queen starting to dial down her royal duties in the lead-up to her Platinum Jubilee, many people are looking toward the future when her eldest son Prince Charles becomes king. The prince has been the first heir to the throne for 7 decades, making him the longest reigning heir in the British monarchy, during which time has always been known as Prince Charles, the Prince of Wales. While you might assume that he will one day become King Charles, there is a chance that he could end up being called a different name entirely. Despite the fact his first name is Charles, Therese, a chance the Prince of Wales could opt against using this name as his reigning moniker, because of the negative connotations surrounding previous kings also called Charles. However, this is not as unusual as you might think, as many monarchs have chosen to change their name while on the throne, including the Queen's father Albert, who ascended the throne using the name his middle name, King George VI. As the Prince of Wales' full name is Charles Philip Arthur George, he could opt to use any of the 4 as his regnal name. However, sources close to the prince previously claimed he was considering using his 3rd middle name, George, meaning he would reign as King George VII. Speaking to Studio 10 in 2005, former royal butler Grant Harold said, "Normally royal children have 2 or 3 names. The reason is, if possibly that child was to become a king or queen, they have to have a kind of pool to choose from. For example, Prince Charles, if and when he becomes king, would be, people assume he would be Charles III. But he could technically be George VII because George is in his name. If Charles were to choose his first name, he would reign as King Charles III. However, royal commentators predict he will decide against this due to negative connotations surrounding the 2 former King Charles. Charles I, who became king in 1625, dismissed Parliament 3 times and resolved to rule alone 4 years later. He reigned without a parliament for more than a decade, a period which was dubbed 11 years' tyranny. Following 2 civil wars, Charles was tried and convicted of being a tyrant, traitor, murderer and public enemy to the good people of the nation and was beheaded for treason on January 30, 1649. His son, Charles II, lived in exile until he was crowned King of England, Ireland and Scotland in 1661. He was popular and dubbed the Merry Monarch, changing laws brought in by Oliver Cromwell and allowing people more freedom to enjoy themselves. However, he also lived a controversial lifestyle, fathering at least 14 illegitimate offspring. It is unlikely Prince Charles will want to take on the moniker. However, we won't know for sure until he ascends the throne. Love the royals. Sign up for the Mirror's daily newsletter to get all the latest news on the Queen, Charles, Kate, Wills, Meghan, Harry and the rest of the firm. Click here to sign up.